Technology is certainly something else. As
it impresses you, and I'm glad that it impresses you.
It does. The fact that I'm at the Palatial, Florida studios,
right,
and you're at our new Houston studios, and yet somehow through technology we're still able to do this podcast that 12 people listen to. I mean, that's the miracle of the internet, really.
Okay. I mean, you always say it as though we're broadcasting from the moon or something. To
me, it is, Johnny. This is a whole new world for me. All right. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, you're in Orlando. I am in Energy Corridor in Houston, Texas, home of the gassiest gas companies that ever gassed gas.
I don't know. My dad was pretty gassy.
Yeah, I had a glass of gas just a minute ago. For those of you complaining about the high gas prices, we're just drinking it here in Texas.
It's so cheap. It's actually cheaper than water.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So we'll begin today, though, here in the Too Good for Radio podcast. I need to get your opinion
using technology.
Yes, using this technology. I need your opinion on this because moving down here, like, it had been years since I went to work out in a space that would be shared with people not in my home, right? Okay. When we were living back in Illinois, we had our own elliptical, and I'd go in there and never really had to deal with other people.
Okay. Now it's there is a way to say fitness center, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm in the fitness center here that we share with a couple other communities. And it's okay to start because it's kind of middle of the day and I'm doing my thing. No one's around. But then a couple of people come in. I went against my better judgment. I already had my earphones in, my earpods. So I didn't engage in conversation because I know that is verboten. I understand. I treat fitness centers much like I treat men's bathrooms. You're in there for one express purpose. Yep. You get in, you get done, and you get out.
That is the way.
Yeah. The thing, though, that I need your opinion on was I really got into the playlist that I was listening to. And at one point, I'm on the elliptical, and a young lady gets on the treadmill next to me.
Oh, did you do an OK Go video?
No, I did not. No. I wish I would have in retrospect, but I start like lip syncing the words to the song. Like, I'm not singing. I'm just lip syncing along with the words, and as I'm running there on the elliptical.
Was the song "I Love You, Mystery Treadmill Lady"?
Well, that's just the thing.
That song.
Right. The thing was, she kind of gave me a look. Yeah. And I was like, oh, am I not supposed to do this? Like, is she annoyed by it? Like, I just got caught up in the moment. What is the protocol there? Do you just zip the lip? You don't even lip sync. You just kind of stays the course and don't look to the side or anything like that?
Well, I mean, most women in fitness places, I mean, they are laser-eyed straight ahead. They know the risk of eye contact because every idiot male in a fitness center, if you make eye contact, is going to go, oh man, I think she's into me.
You're not wrong. Yes.
So the chances that she even knew that you were doing that are pretty low.
Okay.
Unless you were, I mean, were you so caught up into it that you were belting it out loud off key?
No, I did not utter any actual sounds out of my mouth, but I was mouthing a lot of the words to particular songs. Yeah. And, 3 or 4 in a row, I was just, helping me get through the workout. But she kind of gave me a look, and maybe, I don't know, maybe my earpods volume was too, but she had headphones on too. So I'm not quite sure.
Well, I think that's fine. I think when you try to disguise twerking as an exercise, maybe that's where you went across the line.
Okay. I mean, the gyrating of my pelvis on not actually using the elliptical for its express purpose, but more as a pole to show off my dance skills was the reason why. She
knows that ain't no exercise.
Okay. She understands that doing I'm a maniac on the floor and having a bucket of water set up over a chair and pulling that down right at the end may have been overkill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Women are smarter than that. Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know. Yeah. And I made sure not to make a single eye contact or look her way, because you're right. Men are idiots in fitness center. Even though I've been out of the fitness center game for years, I know that much of just let them do their thing. They're just trying to get a workout in. You don't have to leer at them. Just let them be.
Right. Yeah. That's a miserable place for a woman to be. And I feel for them, and I apologize. And if somebody just wanted to say, no guys allowed ever, I would back that law.
I would too. I'd be perfectly down with that. And I just find a way to get a workout in outside, or purchase some workout equipment here at home.
Well, we made the big announcement last week that coming in October, this podcast will become a live show on Facebook and YouTube coming up. And we should have saved this story for that because of the visuals. You'll be glad to know that the Philadelphia Flasher, the Philly Flasher.
Not to be confused with the Philly Fanatic.
Right.
Two totally different things.
Has been caught.
Oh, the national nightmare is over. It's been years of terror, hasn't it?
It has been. Apparently he was causing all kinds of trouble and was finally found in in his own attic Tuesday evening after the sheriff's department went for was on a manhunt.
Yeah, they were.
Boosting hunt, yeah.
Yeah, they were. He had a bunch of... The Philly Flasher is sponsored by Nugenix.
Deputy said the man, Stephen Barrick, who's 57, was spotted exposing himself and masturbating along the bike trail.
Oh. Well, I think... How bad... I just don't get kinks.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a vanilla sex guy. Because I just don't understand, I'm going to go out on this bike trail and see all these bikers come by and really, really go to town on myself. They really revs my engine.
Yeah, you got to be really turned on. And I just don't know what, because really the best you're going to get is some middle-aged biker in latex. Or what is it? What do they wear? What are those
Spandex.
bikers? Spandex. Thank you.
I mean, you could have an S&M biker maybe in latex.
I let my own kink out there while I was trying to mock his. I am so sorry. That's embarrassing. Jeez, I'll remove myself from the fitness center now.
Exactly. My safe word is elliptical.
Stephen Barrick, whacking on the bike trail. Sheriff says he has a criminal record dating back over a decade with similar exposures, hence his name, the Philadelphia Flasher. He was originally taken into custody down by you in Brevard County, Florida, by the sheriff's office in 2013 on outstanding warrants in Philadelphia. Sheriff's office said subsequent years it had arrested the same guy on charges of drug possession, loitering, battery, resisting battery. He was battering himself there. Resisting officers, and I like this law that he broke: exposure of sexual organs.
Why do they always got to make it sound more, I don't want to say boring, but nicer than it is? Like whipping out his dang should be what he's charged with, not exposing his sexual organs.
Here's the quote. Here's the comment from the sheriff's department. This piece of crap goes all over Philly, flashing his junk, then finds his way into our community where he gets arrested, is shipped back to Philadelphia to face charges, let out of jail, some point up there for whatever reason, comes back to Brevard County where he's now been arrested multiple times for violation of probation, cocaine, exposure of sexual organs, and now yet another charge of showing his junk to citizens.
What?
Throw the book at him, Your Honor.
Yes. Yeah. What should be part of his punishment? Should there be like a chastity belt type situation for this guy? Like or should he just have like the fattest, like just most unattractive people flash their sexual organs at him? That would probably turn him on.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And I think, was it a Florida sheriff just recently who was going to name and blame kids?
What
was this? Hang on. Yeah, there was a sheriff who was going to there were these kids making prank phone calls. I'll find the story because I'm clearly not qualified to speak of this.
Yes. Okay. But there should be some type of, There should be some type of extra punishment for the Philadelphia Flasher. But on the topic of showing your sexual organs to people, I have a quick Café Risqué follow-up.
Oh, Café Risqué. This was the place you saw advertised on your way as you were moving to Florida.
Yeah. So we were on our way. We went to
bought into the franchise.
Yes, exactly. And I was practicing my routine at the fitness center, which is why I think they looked at me sideways. No, so we were going up with a couple of friends of ours, to a Florida Gators game because they were playing Texas A&M. So we went this past weekend, and Café Risqué is up near the Gainesville area. And as we're driving, my buddy says, "Oh yeah, I've eaten there before." And I said, "Yeah, what?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's like he's like, yeah, it was fine." I love how he said, "I've eaten there before," not right. I went there and happened to have some food. It almost seemed like he had a reservation. Like the whole reason he went to Café Risqué wasn't the nudity. Right. It was more the food that was available to him.
He heard they have nice jalapeno poppers, and he wanted to go try them out.
Right. It's like one of those things. And I had said, we talked about it previously on the podcast, and we were kind of disappointed that they didn't really have any innuendo type things on the menu. He's like, no, they just had some ham and some eggs and whatever. I'm like, right. they should at least say we put the muffin. Right. Is something they should be saying. But
boobs over my handies.
Right. Right. Or that would be perfect. Something along those lines. Café Risqué, if you're listening, sponsorships available. Yeah. We're here to help. Live reads. I didn't realize too, at Café Risqué, not only is it cafe, Johnny, not only is it a gentleman's club, but it also allows for truck parking and there's showers there. I wonder what happens in those showers.
And on Sundays, it's a VFW hall.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Flash would be right at home in that shower, I'm sure.
Remember when there was that big phase people were going through where they decided they were going to marry things?
Yes. Yeah. There was that one lady who was married to a ghost.
Right. And I don't know exactly what sparked that, but it seems like 10, 12 years ago, there was this whole thing of people pronouncing. And so we have an update of a woman in Germany who 9 years ago started a relationship with an airplane.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
She's got quite the hanger on her then.
She was in a long-term relationship with a Boeing 737 that lasted for about 9 years, but she has just recently announced that she and the airplane are seeing other people.
Is it because the Boeing 737 is having a tough time as of late with all the things falling off of it? Is she, when you make that commitment, ma'am, it's better or for worse. And you're copping out early. I mean, Boeing, the 737 needs you now more than ever, and you're just walking away from him.
I can't stand to be seen in public with you blowing your doors off like that. Ridiculous. She explained that her situation in an interview that said, "We are separated, but we're still friends." For the kids,
right? For our little airplanes out there, we got to make sure that Junior gets off to flight school before we really get into the ins and outs of why this relationship failed.
It turns out, and you won't be surprised to hear, there is a name for this. If you are in love with a thing, you're an objectophile, because you fall in love with objects. Admittedly, at first I thought I was crazy, but then I found out I'm just an objectophile or an objectophile. People are just very diverse in the way they structure their relationships. According to forensic psychiatrist Dr. Werner Platz.
Werner Platz.
He says about 40 people are known to have this disorder around the world.
Dr. Platz over there.
And he says, as long as it does not cause suffering or conflict, it cannot be classified as pathological or in need of treatment.
Let me ask you this. Do you think they were ever truly married in the biblical sense?
when I found this story, I was looking around for companion stories because, here on the Too Good for Radio podcast, we always get 3 sources when we're examining something. We wouldn't be the journalists we are if we didn't. And
I believe the exact quote is, the AP ain't got nothing on us.
That's exactly, that's our masthead.
Yes.
Well, this might answer your question. She says, it's like a normal relationship. We have relaxing evenings together, and when we go to bed, we cuddle and fall asleep together. When I touch his wings, I get immediately sweaty palms and excited. The time in the hangar was the most beautiful moment in my life when I was with him. We enjoyed our time together. We kissed, and I caressed him.
Okay. So should he have does she have a standing reservation? It almost seems like she's married to an inmate. And once a week she goes and visits and tingles the wing.
And Mike, you have rightly predicted exactly what the problem was with the relationship. She said it's not easy to be in a relationship with a plane. I can only get close to him when I fly or when I can get to him in the hangar. I want to get to you in your hangar.
Yeah. Open up those doors.
And she said it's just not realistic anymore. And so they're going their separate ways, but remaining friends. And I think that's sweet, is what that is.
Until he sees her with that sweet new F-16, he'll be like, "What the hell is this all about, lady?" Good Lord. Relationships are difficult. Sometimes marriages, the wedding itself is quite expensive. And we've seen before, we've talked about various times, Johnny, about people kind of charging you like, "Hey, by the way, come to the wedding and it's going to be $50 to get in and bring a gift," that kind of thing. Well, here is a young enterprising couple that decided to flip the script on all of it. Let me introduce you to newlyweds. Oh, you're going to love these names. Nova and Remo Styles. Nova and Remo. They're the hot new off-Broadway act, Nova and Remo. So they decided that they're going to sell tickets to their wedding. One of them said, this is Nova, said, people choose to go to Beyonce concerts, right? Because they know they're going to have an experience. Let's put the stress on our guests and let's sell tickets for our wedding. That's what Nova said. Okay. Remo responds, says, I was like, babe, people aren't going to come.
Right.
But in the end, people did come. Now, they said, I would never spend money on tickets. I don't care. Who do you think you guys are? Jay-Z and Beyonce, someone said. But the ticket price was $333 a person. And what was included was a seat on their double-decker bus and a 12-hour adventure in New York City.
Oh.
For $333 a piece, their strategy spared them $70,000 in wedding expenses.
So what did they rake in? Did it say?
Well, $70,000. It seems like
okay, all right.
The strategy spared them $70,000 in wedding expenses. So let me
12-hour bus ride in New York?
Going around, having a great time. 12 hours at a double decker, man. Party. Woo!
That's maybe fun for 90 minutes.
If that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. And you got to hope the weather's good. And where am I getting the drinks? So the drinks better be included.
Yeah. I'm not going that's the restaurant that we saw every week in Seinfeld. And that's where John Lennon was shot. Okay.
Yeah, there's Lady Liberty over there. Look at that. Oh, poor that's
Can I get off now?
That's Sal's Pizza. That's where Will Ferrell stuck the gum underneath that Subway thing on Elf.
Can I get off now? Please.
Can I get a refund? No refunds.
You can keep my money. I just want to get off this bus.
No, you will not get off this bus. 12 hours. If I gotta spend the rest
through all the boroughs twice already. Come on.
This is where animated Spider-Man would swing in from time to time, if you remember this. Now let's all sing the Spider-Man theme again for the 50th time.
Yes. A moment of silence for Ground Zero at the World Trade Center. No, really, I want to get off.
Spider-Man. They say other couples aren't going as far as they are charging people, but there is an influx of people doing brunch weddings. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, can I just wait and watch until it comes on streaming?
Right, exactly.
I'd rather do that.
I'll pay $10 and live stream the 12 hours. People fast forward through it.
No kidding.
Courtney and Alex Kvist opted for an earlier celebration with their brunch wedding. They traded in filet and fish for pizza and mimosas. And that was their wedding. They had pizza and mimosas. Would you go to a 10 a.m. brunch wedding on a Sunday?
Again, 90 minutes tops. And I'm out.
Even if it's bottomless mimosas,
yeah.
You better have some good ass avocado toast for this basic bitch. If I'm going to sit there for more than an hour,
wait till the French toast. I want to go home, please.
We got to get on the. Oh my god! I got to get back on the bus.
I love you, but I don't want to be here anymore.
Even I'm bored with this.
Boy, speaking of a dream adventure, cruises. I was having a conversation last night with somebody about cruises and just the idea of going out into the middle of the ocean where there's nothing. I could almost be compelled if it was, I don't know, like through the fjords or something, and you can see land and you're looking at I mean, that's okay. I can again. I may have said this already. About 90 minutes.
Correct. I have a friend. Before you go any further, real quick, I have a friend. She lives for cruises.
Oh,
like lives for. I don't know if she's part mermaid or what, but she is always like she gets as she's pulling into port for one cruise. She's already got another. She's just got off a cruise and is sad. Her next one isn't till early December. So she's like, oh my God, how am I going to make it these 3 months? Like, I don't know. Live like a normal person.
Well, let me introduce you to Jenny Phoenix.
Okay.
She is 68 years old, and all her life she has dreamed of going on this cruise.
Of course
she sold everything she owns, closed up her business, cashed out her savings to go on a 3-year voyage.
No.
I mean, she was ready to do this. This was the dream of a lifetime. And now she has been banned from the entire boat.
Good on her. I hope she got her money back at least.
Good for her for getting banned. This is
because I'm doing the math. She's 68, a 3-year cruise. She sold all her life savings. Did she think she was going to die at 71, or on that last day was just going to be like, screw it, I'm jumping off this boat?
I don't know what her plans were, but this was a $350,000 trip around the world. But it all went sideways for this poor woman when she was in a group chat on WhatsApp, and she started expressing some frustrations with a group of fellow passengers. She just kind of started, bitching about stuff.
Easy, you're never going to believe these SOBs up here.
Yeah. She, oh God, the page went away. Oh, there it is.
Oh, no.
I want to get off.
Not this bus ride again.
She started making concerns about, I guess the ship was not going to be docking in Miami, which she had counted on because she was going to pick up her remaining items for her cruise there, and she didn't like that. And then she voiced concerns about ongoing refurbishment work that was going on the cruise. You're in a boat for 3 years. They're going to have to paint it at some point, I'm sure.
And yeah, I don't know, and empty out like the tanks and the septic and, get food and stuff. Yeah. Ungrateful SOB.
She said they told her she might have to use a temporary cabin while some of the work was being done.
How dare they? This is 3 years. I've staked my claim to this. This is my abode now. This is my boat, Captain Steuben.
So here she is just grousing with her fellow passengers, and some little shit took her WhatsApp messages to the cruise line company, and they canceled her contract, citing, quote, behavior impacting community morale. So
You're bringing everybody down, Maud.
We have received over a dozen formal complaints from residents regarding your continuous complaints and negativity, said the chief operating officer. This behavior has significantly impacted the morale and well-being of other passengers, given the overwhelming feedback. 12 people. You know, a cruise ship has 3,000 people on it?
Oh, at least.
Yeah. 12 people. I'm not exaggerating, isn't it? It's like in the thousands.
No, those big boats are huge. They have more than that. They're like 3,500, 5,000 people.
So they said, these 12 people, you're bumming them out. You can't go around the world with us for 3 years.
I love how they use the morale. It's like it's not a Navy ship, bro. Like, it's a cruise ship. Who gives a flying F about your morale?
That's because
serve me the buffet and get the hell out of the way there, Captain.
Well, when they do the conga line around the deck, nobody wants to put their hands on her hips because it's like she's just going to she's going to complain all the whole time.
You're out of rhythm. My old Charles used to do it like this: sway my hips just right and get it going. Yikes!
Yeah, and so they said, you know what? We don't want your type. Only happy, smiley, puking people can come on our cruise.
Or people with their upside down pineapples. That's the only kind of cruise. That's the only kind of cruise. She's probably going, I don't want any. No one's asked me yet to be a part of their swinging parties.
Yeah, no, I you know what? That probably happened to me too. If I was in a group chat about a 3-year cruise, I only had 90 minutes and I want to go.
How did I sign up for this? I thought it was a 3-hour tour, not a 3-year one.
Come on.
Finally here, let's play a little true and false.
Okay.
Every once in a while, these stories come up of people saying, oh, I swear to God, this is an actual name that I encountered in the wild.
Oh, here we go.
This is from Yahoo, sourced through Quora, where people are sharing the baby name that immediately made them lose respect for the parents. So here's an individual saying, as a teacher, I regularly see names that make me cringe. I once had a girl named Bo Peep. You believe that one?
No.
Her sister Bambi was in the class the following year.
Wow.
Yeah. They went on to say that there was a individual they also taught whose name was Summer, middle name Eve.
Summer's Eve.
Mm-hmm. And they also said that one girl was named Marriott, born 9 months the day after her parents' wedding because, quote, that's where she was made. That was a direct quote from her dad. That story I kind of believe, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been those legends of people named after the car that their parents were screwing in or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, here's another one. Do you believe this one? My friends named one of their kids Nissan Sentra.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't believe that at all.
I don't believe that either. And for the youngest, they couldn't come up with a name that they both agreed on. They finally settled on Tempo Airy.
No, these are all baloney.
So false on that one.
Yeah.
Next on the list is a definite false. My friend recently gave birth and heard from the nurses that someone gave birth to twins who they named Sausage and Peanut. No one ever named a kid Sausage and Peanut.
These didn't happen either.
Here's one that I can believe, because some people like to get really extravagant with the spelling. And it goes back to, our longstanding position of there needs to be a name triumvirate at every hospital saying yay or nay to these dumbass names.
Someone's got to settle you down.
So here's one. She named her first child Jaden.
Okay.
Now, the spelling, though, was Jaydynn.
Oh, give me a break.
Because Jaden wasn't. Then she named her second child Chelsea. How do you think they spelled Chelsea?
KX49SHY.
Very, very close there, Grimes. It is CHELLESEIGH for Chelsea.
Oh, God. You're making life hard for your kid.
Can you imagine?
No.
I don't think sometimes parents realize they do have to spell that at some point.
Yeah.
Trying to see here. Here's another one.
And when would it ever come up? What's your daughter's name? Chelsea? Oh, that's nice. Nobody's waiting for you to say, and how do you spell it in some special way?
CHELLE Sigma Omega.
Oh, good God, yeah.
Let's see here. The worst one I can ever recall hearing was a poor little boy named Harry Dick. The kid's name was hyphenated to honor both of his grandpas, but holy macaroni, that is not a good name combination for a little boy. I feel like that one's fake. No one's naming their kid Harry Dick.
No, somebody would stop them in the hallway and say, and just tear up the birth certificate and say, okay, get back in there and start again.
Another one, a lady in my hometown gave birth to a little girl and named her Female, Female. No, they didn't.
Yeah, no, we've heard that one before.
Yeah. This one is not. I had a classmate in school named Wayne, surname Kerr, making him Wayne Kerr. That one, maybe. Then I had another mate called Paul Meacock. No, you didn't. You did not have Paul Meacock in your school. You just didn't. You just didn't. So I'm going through the rest of these.
I think Nugenix is an adorable name for a baby, though.
I really think it is. I think Big Hurt should be your kid's name.
That's right. We'll give you a year's supply of Nugenix if you name your baby Nugenix and can prove it.
Legally, we are not bound to say that at all.
Right.
Here's another one.
I would do it. I'd flip for that if somebody could show me that they named their baby
kid Nugenix.
Yeah, Nugenix Flutie.
That's the key. It's got to be Nugenix Flutie Hurt. Has to be. That has to be the name.
I'll buy you a bottle every week.
Yes, exactly. We will take care of that. So this goes on and on and on. Here's one. One mom wanted to name her daughter Chlamydia because she had no idea what it was.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a tequila. Shoelaces is another one that someone said. SHULASSES. Shoelaces.
That sounds like a kid's imaginary friend.
Yes, it does. My grandmother's mother's name was Rhoda, so my grandmother named her fourth child after her mother. She did not stop to consider how it would pair with our last name. Our last name is Rocket, so she named Rhoda Rocket. That's not too bad, Rhoda Rocket, in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah, all these, I think, for the most part, are false. Except for maybe Marriott, because I can see some dumb dad strolling into a parent-teacher conference and having the teacher go, Marriott's a really interesting name. How'd that come about? Yeah, we boned in the Marriott and then she was born.
Right. Every time you call her down for dinner, you wink at your wife. Marriott, wink.
Remember that?
Stupid.
Yeah, where Marriott's going to end up.
Like it too. What? Wow.
No, where Marriott's winding up, right?
Tell me.
Café Risqué.
She should be there, yeah. 100%.
Yes.
All right. A pleasure once again bringing nonsense. And be sure to look for us on YouTube and Facebook because the live show is coming soon. You'll love it. You'll love it so much you'll turn into the Philadelphia Flasher.
Yeah, with your Nugenix Flutie.